Mamma Mia.
I thought she was starting with a different point.
I went. What other
And that was our rendition of Mamma Mia.
Here we go again.
How can I resist?
This isn't what I thought we were
This was very bad.
I really thought
thought,
we were
like-
going from See You.
No, I thought by
we
the
were gonna
time...
build
Those are
up,
two
like,
different
yeah.
songs.
C.O.
That's Dancing Queen and
Can we
you
do
are
Dancing
uncultured. Okay,
Dancing
okay.
Queen?
Can we just
See
know?
that girl, watch that scene, digging the Dancing Queen.
Colin is no fucking close.
You're the only white one here, and you don't know.
Oh,
the
not true,
lyrics.
not true.
Bitch, shut up.
Not true, not.
Sarah's an honorary
I'm
white,
9%.
and I'm. You found out you're 9%.
Yeah, and I'm so angry. Like I
Did
feel like
you do the
existing as,
ancestry
as a
thing?
hate
Her
crime
dad
against
did,
myself.
Oh, yeah,
What?
you guys weren't there, huh?
Wait,
Her
real
dad
quick,
did
everyone-
23andMe.
Everyone say their names real
He
quick.
just sold his genetics to a company, Sarah.
I know he spat in
know,
a tube
how
and
you
then.
feel?
Okay, well, I'm Sid.
No one
And
cares.
I'm Sarah.
Well, don't look at me.
What's your name? Cuck.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nee. Welcome back to the
No one
pod.
cares. All right, Emma. Oh, well,
Yes, that's me.
We need to steal her thunder.
Sarah, introduce me.
Your name.
Introduce me.
And everyone here's the only male, the only white one here. He's
Stop.
blonde,
Not the only
he's
white
gray,
one.
maybe a skinhead, we don't know, but he hangs out with us.
Oh, I hate that.
And here
What's
is,
his name?
Big boy chief.
I think his name,
Can we just call you Chief?
Can we just call you Chief?
Chief.
Chief.
Big boy
I'm fine with
Chief.
that.
Hey, Chief.
That's my
Chiefy boy.
radio
You're
name,
more than
Chief.
fine with that.
Not really.
Oh, can I have an ASMR session?
Should I steal my headphones?
Why is this a part? The ASMR?
Listen. Guys,
You're gonna
Why are you
break
stealing
your
my-
Is this
phone.
conversation?
My brand.
People are
Your
just
ass
listening to
is
us
fat.
yell
You're
now.
gonna break your
Wow.
thank you.
Yes, Colin.
Fun.
I would like everyone to know that I recently purchased a glass straw, and I am out here drinking my coffee with a glass straw. This is ASMR.
I'm just. Yes!
She's saving the
Environmentally aware!
The
I'm
turtles are
saving
fucking
the
quaking.
environment. Give it. Let's just. You're welcome. Ew! I'm saving the environment. Don't say that.
Yummy.
I love that, like, she gets, like, 2 glass straws and she thinks she's a fucking
Four
environmental.
glass
You
straws,
have
bitch.
4?
Four glass
She's
straws.
still drinking out a
Wow.
plastic cup with a plastic lid.
But what did
Not
you do?
plastic.
Seriously.
That's 4 more
Personality.
seagulls alive.
Get the fuck out of my car.
My car is so much more fuel efficient than yours.
And
For
get the
being
fuck out of my car. Oh.
Bitch, okay.
I
open the
wish
door.
this was a thing that people fought over, like, actually.
No, my parents like
Seriously,
to think
I
that
wish people cared.
Yeah!
I don't give a fuck about my
The
car. I'm like,
environment.
Yeah,
It's
you
always-
hate the environment.
what do you mean, yeah, but.
And the
So does
gays.
Emma.
I don't hate the
You
environment.
do
Y'all do
nothing.
it. We live here.
Okay, I'm depressed.
Take
I don't
care
even
of her.
shower. Leave me alone.
She's saving water.
Yeah, I shower
Flint.
once every 3 months, so. I think I'm the most environmental.
No! They
Government
still
lose
need
my
water,
shit.
guys.
That water
You
stuff
only
has
shower
been here
when
since the
you're on
last
your
podcast.
period.
Yeah, I know.
That's great.
I was gonna drink some and I'm like, shit.
You
that's-
only shower when you're
How
on your
old is
period
that
every
cup
6
of
months.
Very true.
Yeah, twice
How
a
old is
day.
that?
Since the last podcast.
Which was literally
It's
2
only
weeks ago.
water.
Weeks ago.
It's
Yeah.
literally water.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Sorry, I'm fucking gonna fuck on my car.
What if there's like mosquitoes like banging in
Mosquitoes?
there? Yeah,
How do
Let
they
them
get
happen.
in there?
Can you say that in English, please? You just said it in Spanish.
mosquitoes. Sorry.
I'm mosquitos. Look at that fucking
Do you
guy.
pronounce mosquitoes like mosquitoes?
No, I say taquitos.
No, genuinely. Do you pronounce mosquitoes like mosquitoes?
What the fuck are you saying?
Say
What is this?
mosquitoes.
What are you asking?
I'm
How do you say
Australian,
mosquitoes?
so I say mozzies.
Say mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
What is this conversation?
How do you pronounce that?
What
How
the
do you
way
put-
it's there's only one way.
Pronounce
And what is that
it.
way? Say it.
Can you make sure to
Mosquitoes.
say
Are you
that?
fucking
Are you joking?
dumb?
Are you fucking?
Can we talk about
Kind of like Jorge Smith.
Yeah, can we just talk about Jorge Smith real quick?
Like, there's not even like foreign people pronounce
It's
mosquitoes. different.
mosquito.
No, it's not.
I hate all
Who
of
told you that? Your white dad? Exactly. Exactly.
Don't bring my non-existent present father.
Okay, he's gonna hear that and not be happy.
Oh, why are we both? Sid, we have a lot of things in common, and I think it's kind of
Did
gross.
you guys just high five about your
Oh my god.
high fiving about?
We're both
Talking
like.
about our parents not like.
Oh my god, my phone's not in my
I'm kidding.
life.
I love
oh
my mom.
God.
I love my mom.
Yeah, me
You
too.
wanna
We
see my
both
mom?
we're both kind of black.
You love
kind
your
of white.
mom?
Shut the Colin.
What the fuck?
Is wrong?
Who doesn't love their mom? Do you not love your mom?
I love my mom.
Is that white
Then why'd you question that?
Yeah, dude, what?
What's happening?
Are you okay? Is everything alright at home?
Why am I
Finish
trying
your
to...
sentence. Finish your sentence.
I didn't have a sentence.
The amount of times I've cried in
There
Mamma
was no
Mia because
sentence.
it was a mom reference, I cried because I
Yeah,
love my
you
mom.
were crying the entire
This
time.
is my mother, guys. I love
That's
her.
so cute.
I love my mom. If you mention my
You
mother, I will cry.
posted. You, no matter how old I am, I will always cuddle with my mom. It was cute.
No, it worked.
It was
Mamma
something
Mia
like.
household.
Did I say that?
You said it word for word.
Was it?
It was no matter how old I get, like
Maybe he just sees basic
cuddling
words.
is the best feeling. Like cuddling with my mom is the best feeling ever. Even if she says shit like, "I will hit you and knock all your teeth out, and you won't be able to eat shit." Literal translation.
I
It really
love
is a
that.
translation.
Can you say it in like
Đã
how
một
she was like?
cái không có răng để ăn cắp luôn.
But can you yell it at me?
Đã một cái không có răng để ăn cắp.
Yes!
Oh my god, that's so cool.
What are you
Yes,
talking
bitch.
about bonding over being white?
Bonding
yeah.
over having absent fathers.
It's not my dad's fault. He's just really old.
How
He's
old is
already
your father?
Absent.
Wait, how
Wait,
old
wait,
are
wait,
you?
wait.
Yeah, now he's
How old
fine
is your
now.
father?
How old
Oh.
is he?
I
My
don't think that's nice to share.
yeah.
Smash.
No, my dad isn't. My
Just
dad
give
is
him your
fine. He
social
used to be a lot
security.
worse. Now he's around and I love him a lot.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I love
He was
that.
bad before. Now he's a good boy.
It's good.
A good old man. A good.
Bad in what way?
Yeah.
Like, that's the bone.
Wait, what did you say?
I said bad in what way?
Oh
And
no.
You're just like, yeah.
No.
Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, we're past this. Sid, how's your father been? Let's unpack that.
How do you even answer?
Talk
that?
about the shirt he gave
I
you.
start crying.
Oh, that was.
Sobbing.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry,
okay.
that was
This
really
is a funny
funny.
story. All right. So, I play basketball, and
Yes.
I play for like a team who was really weird with like the dynamic of how the coaching and how like players were treated. So I went to a different team for a couple months and stuff. But then
Yeah.
I found out my old team was going to like my dream school, which is UCLA, and I was like, okay, I'll go back to that team for the summer to do AAU. And to do UCLA, and I thought my dad would sign me up for varsity because I was playing varsity with the other team, and I was like, I could probably do it, like I can handle it, right? Or at least like at least attempt because
Love
going into
handles?
my junior year, what the fuck?
Why
Come
did?
on.
What's the? Okay, just
Going into my junior year, I want to be like accustomed with the varsity
Acquitted?
team. Well,
Of murder.
Colin, shut up. Shut
so
up.
I show up and I was like, there are 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds. What the fuck is going on?
He's hurting me. Talk.
Okay, there is no abuse allowed in this car, please.
It's him.
I made no physical.
And then he was like, oh yeah, it was too late to sign up for.
Just talk, Sid. Just talk. I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
just so annoying.
It was too late. He said it was too late to sign up for varsity by the time, and I was like, well, that's kind of
Why-
made me
wait.
upset because I didn't want to do JV.
Why couldn't you sign up?
It's your parents pay for it. You have a thing called an AAU card. Like it's a process,
Why
right?
couldn't your mom do that?
My dad knows more about sports, so when it comes to that stuff, I just kind of leave it to my dad. Which is now that I think about it,
You think he
do
only
that.
had a kid to put them in sports?
listen here.
Shit.
Okay, so I'm like, all right, I'm on the JV team.
3
I'm gonna
tries
try and
it
make the
didn't
most
work
of
out
it.
well.
Whoa.
3.
3? I know, 3.
Trying to live
What do you mean?
vicariously through
You
your
don't know
children.
how-
He has 3
He has 3
children.
kids.
Oh, yeah! I forgot.
Why are you guys?
I literally saw like one of them die or something. I was like, 3? Shit, she got.
Oh.
Okay,
No,
so
there's the one.
I forgot. Sorry, continue. Just
at
ignore
least
me.
I had this trip to look forward to. UCLA. I would
Yes.
still go on this trip to UCLA, right? So I remember maybe like a week into the program, I was like, by the way, are we going to UCLA next weekend or the weekend after that? I wanted to just like plan ahead my schedule and stuff like that because we were doing things and I had things with other people and I wanted to like have a good schedule going. Just, me being my overly planning self.
Ow, my head.
Stop moving.
And
very uncomfortable
I
position.
texted
Oh,
him. I
sorry.
really could find the text if I wanted to, but I texted him and I was like, so like, when's the trip? Blah blah blah. Oh, like I didn't sign you up, and I was like,
Is there a reason?
it was too late to sign up. So I guess with varsity,
Why
you
didn't he
sign
do
up
it
for that.
sooner?
I no,
deadbeat.
no fucking reason.
That's
And
so
like
wrong.
that
Please
shit
drop a
hurt because
sitting
I was like, I would have
Yeah.
just stayed
I feel
with
so bad.
the other team, and I wouldn't have even gone back to this team that I didn't want to go to. Not that I don't have like a commitment to that team. Like I honestly
Fuck that
Are you
team.
afraid of commitment?
This is a
no.
different conversation.
I think Sid is very, very, very excited for commitment.
All right,
She
let's-
wants to. She's a U-Haul lesbian.
I'm really just not.
You all like.
And if
You
we're
don't know what
long
that that
This is
is?
queer culture, dude.
Wait, I didn't finish my story.
I can guess what that is.
My dad comes to
Just
the
take
house maybe
everything
like 2 or
with
3
you.
days ago with a UCLA shirt.
Pops.
And I
Sorry,
was
I couldn't let you go to
What is
UCLA.
just
Here's a
slapped in the
shirt.
face?
And if, like, he called and was like, I have a shirt for you. And I was like, oh, cool, like, fucking shirts, right? But then I was like, oh, okay. Like, I like UCLA. I wore it. Then someone pointed, I don't know who it was. I think it was Nee. But, like, they were like, oh, compensating, huh? And I was like,
No, I said that.
was it you?
Yeah,
I
in the
heard that
Starbucks.
first.
In the Starbucks.
I think we all made jokes about it, okay? I think we all made
They
jokes.
started giggling in the Starbucks and then looked at you, and then I made that joke.
I didn't get it at first.
I
And
I
was
think we
like,
all made
shit.
it, but, like, honestly, though, I think we really did.
Yeah, and
Just
then-
all
I like to make
bastard.
jokes about
The
our
lady in
dads.
Tilly's wanted me to open a fucking stall for her. And I was like, I don't work here.
Oh, that's so funny.
You had
like,
the exact
"Memo."
same shirt
Dude.
as the AMPM workers.
Let's not talk about I'm never wearing this shirt again.
Oh, it's fine.
Alright, so, you don't know what a U-Haul lesbian is.
No.
Does that mean they're in it for the long run?
Do you want to
Yeah.
explain
Do
it?
they take everything with them?
Do you want to explain it or do you want me to explain it?
When they both
It
don't
doesn't
actually
matter.
know it, and they're just like,
No.
what about you? I think you can do it. Oh,
No,
No, it's
like
it's a really
it's like the joke, what do lesbians bring on a second date?
a U-Haul
Because of how like fast they like commit.
they commit.
That
They-
literally
they,
did. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
they fall in
damn.
love so quick and they move in
fuck?
together.
Yeah.
And
I
a
heard
dog.
that. We don't
Like,
watch
that's
the
what
L
he-
Word.
don't either.
I'm the only
What's
one here
that?
that. Wow, I'm sorry.
TV show.
I
Just
watched
about
episode
bunch of
four.
good old
My mom
lesbians.
today.
I thought you were gonna say the L. Okay, Queer Eye is so. I think you
Oh.
don't have anyone can watch Queer Eye. The L word
word's
is very
meaning,
specific.
like lesbian.
Yeah, it's called. It's so weird because the intro. It's so 2000s. The intro is like a bunch of words that start with that, like love, something, and then it says lesbian. And I think it's so funny.
Could we have a show called The G Word and be gaybo?
The G spot. This could be our like place that we hang out.
Oh,
Ew,
I
I
hate
hate
that
that.
so much.
That's so
Y'all just
disgusting.
didn't even
Why?
Don't laugh here.
No, calm
And
down.
guys
then every
didn't
time we try to
laugh
get to that
inside
spot,
the
we get
bigger-
lost because
bigger
no one
hole.
can ever find it.
Hey, good one.
Really
It
quick,
does.
the funniest part in that movie, Mamma Mia 2, was when they were driving up the hill.
and she was
Did you guys notice? Okay,
I
did you
noticed
guys
the second she was
Did
doing
you
it.
guys notice that when she turned right, the car went left? I don't understand.
Oh my fucking god.
I love that.
That was so funny.
My favorite part of the movie was when the one passport guy, he was like, he didn't flirt with one of the dudes.
But
One of the
he
dudes.
hit him with a
did.
gay
He
look.
gave
He
a
is our
gay
gay
little look,
icon.
and Sarah just squealed in her seat, and I
No,
was
it
like,
was just cute. They
"Shut
were cute.
up!" You know what you're like? Do you know what you're like?
low-key rude.
No, I didn't. Okay, that's like when I yelled about
sorry
Stephanie
for
Beatrice
yelling.
from being. She wrote
Yeah,
an
it was
essay
the
about
exact-
being
Yeah, you were
bisexual.
very fruity.
Sorry.
Who's Stephanie Beatrice?
She's the
The girl
actress from
from-
Brooklyn Nine-Nine who's bisexual, and she wrote an essay, and I yelled over it.
Isn't she married?
Yeah,
No.
you-
Oh, she's a.
Were you gonna say you can't get married? Is that what
No, I was gonna say you came, but you didn't just squeal. You had an
not.
experience, an out of body.
Dude, every
That
little
was
gay
so
movie
sad.
has so
Sorry,
exciting.
I
of
ascend
just-
when I see people
Have
get
any
the
of
love
you
they
had
In
an
the
deserve.
couple of
out-of-body
weeks that I've
experience?
known you, never seen that before.
Sid, have you had an out of body experience?
Like sleep paralysis.
What does it mean when people say out of body experience? I guess I've never had one. 'cause
It's
I
like it
don't
just
know,
seems
but-
something like so unreal. or,
Literally
like,
every
surreal.
I just thought like I imagined
That's,
myself like in this car.
Billie
from that
Eilish
sidewalk.
in that.
Oh my god, I do that shit all the
Bad girl
time. Is that
baby.
what it is?
Yeah.
No, because that
Wait, what'd you say?
every time you think of yourself, you don't see it from a first person
No, like
perspective.
you're
so
just
that's
like a
not-
different person watching.
I think about that a
yourself.
lot. Like when
I
I'm
don't-
just like
That may be what it is, but
I
like
think
that
about it a
was
lot when I'm like out, like in the world, and then like I'm doing anything, like some basic shit where I'm just walking. I think, you think someone like, what does it look like when someone sees me? I just kind of picture myself from a different perspective.
Awkward
looking at myself.
walking.
Yeah,
When we mention Wakanda camp, can we go like this up close to the mic?
I can't get up.
Speaking of Wakanda camp, why don't you explain what you mean by
Okay,
that?
so I went
Wakanda
to
camp.
Wakanda camp / Allah camp
/
/ brown girl camp / religion camp. It was a camp that I went to.
Explain what it was in excruciating detail.
Becoming a woman, what can I say?
Okay, so basically they taught us.
They domesticated you.
They gave
Okay,
you
but
your
dead ass. Okay, but
They
genuinely.
granted you uterus.
Oh goodness, it's like a,
Now you can get that easy.
uterus.
every other thing that used to explain something else would be like, it's not very ladylike, so you should do this. But it was good. It like inherently like they don't have bad intentions. They're nice people. I loved it, and it's just like a day camp, and it's a bunch of girls, and it's a primarily black mosque that we go to. So yeah, and we all learned. They taught us
Like
how to
the color
cook.
of the mosque or the people.
Shut the
The mosque, like what is it? Culture in Sacramento is very funny.
That was
What
so
does that
good.
mean? What
Like,
are your
you know
opinions?
how,
Why
like,
didn't you answer my
if
question?
just a disagreement in a mosque, someone will leave.
So
and
goofy,
open another
dead
mosque.
ass in Folsom. I don't know any of the Folsom.
Catholic people.
I don't know any of the people who
No,
go
but
to
they're
our
not just gonna
school.
build a whole new church.
Wow, I wonder
They'll
where
make
our
a
school
whole
is
new
now.
mosque.
But what exactly is it that they're arguing about?
They just like have a disagreement. They're just like, oh, you should teach it this way. No, I think you should teach it this way. And they just have,
Well,
or like
fuck you, I'm gonna open a new one.
Or like
Yeah.
a financial disagreement, and there's like, okay, so now we have two separate mosques, and like I don't know any of the other Muslims that go to our
Is it run
school
by
because they all go to a
donations?
different one. Yeah.
But all
So-
the ones that go to our school go to like the same one.
Yeah, and I don't go to that one because my mom is like, no, I choose the underdog.
Your mom wants you to be a loser.
I know, whatever.
Did like the people attending the mosque also like have those same disagreements and they like would pick sides or
Kind
was it just like
That's my
well,
neighbor. That's
I'll
my
just-
homie.
It's just goofy. We're not. It's like kind of dumb, and then we realize that it's really dumb because we
Did
should
any
be about
of-
uniting each other.
Can
But
you
whatever.
explain more so I can ask a question that I asked you like 3 months ago and you didn't understand, but I think you'll understand now.
Okay. Oh, about the mosque.
What?
Tell
Or
me
just
about
about
the
the-
mosque. I'm not the mosque, the camp.
The camp?
The camp.
Oh, well, we learned every day we'd like cook something for ourselves because like, oh, that's important, and like she would always enforce like clean up after yourself. You have to be neat and but like nice and all the time. And also it was like empowering as well because we're very like our religion is very like women are so important. And it's like
not really.
No, everybody thinks seriously. Everyone
but-
thinks women are oppressed in our religion and we're not.
Oh, really?
At all. No.
Wait,
Fuck it
okay,
up,
wait,
sis.
that's a
Genuinely.
weird dynamic where people think you're oppressed but you're not.
Yeah, everybody like enforces the idea. Oh, Muslim women are oppressed. Their ideas are backwards. No.
Is it that you guys just don't know you're oppressed?
We
or-
Sid.
No, I'm a genuine
Sid.
question.
This is a very
I think it's more of a
Was that
country
inappropriate?
thing than like a
yeah.
religious.
We aren't oppressed at all. Like
Okay.
one of our biggest things in terms of like loving people and like around that you should prioritize God and then your mother, and then like your dad. So like they're just like respect the women in your life. Like that's a huge value that we enforce. So
beautiful.
like seriously,
love that.
yeah. And like the reason that we wear hijabs isn't because like oh the women have to be protected or whatever. It's like
I thought it was your choice.
it is your
is your
choice,
choice.
and also I mean some people make you wear it,
But,
like
yeah,
your parents
do you
make
think it's
you
wrong
wear it.
in like
but-
countries where like they make you wear it?
Yes, I do think that, but not a lot of countries do. I think Saudi, like they never make you, but like it's a social norm, so
Don't
you feel
tourists
pressured.
have to do it too?
Yeah, I remember
well,
my,
if you wanna
no,
respect
my
the
relatives
culture,
went to
if
like
you wanna respect the
Jerusalem or
culture.
something, and then they like.
Don't like what's it called?
I
Sorry,
feel like
but-
I'd feel disrespectful if I wore it.
No, is it like
No,
most
it's
people? It's
not.
not so much like cultural appropriation where it's like
Scarlett Johansson wore it and she was fine.
Yeah,
Okay, but so did
It's not-
that
No,
no,
girl
but
at our
like, you know,
school
when,
and
like-
everyone clowns
She's
on her.
Malala.
that was interesting. She used to be a good friend of mine in middle school. I don't know why she wears it.
odd.
Yeah, it's because I was like, you're
This
not.
girl that we're not
though.
gonna name.
It's kind of because everybody thinks she's
She
Muslim, but
wears
she's
the
not, and she like
hijab?
makes
She
that
wore
with her
it, like,
boyfriend all the time. I'm like,
sometimes.
she's not Muslim.
I
we
seen
don't
her wear
do
it
that.
once,
And
she
her
doesn't.
boyfriend is kind of gross and.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that because
Sorry.
people will hear this, but like I don't
okay,
like
sorry,
he's
alright.
like, very
No, but
petty.
I know some
But-
people.
He's
who
a
like,
great guy.
Yeah,
But like tourists in Dubai, like if you're a girl and you go to Dubai or something, like don't you kind of have to like cover up a little
if
bit?
My
yeah, you
parents were
can't.
talking
Okay, you
about
can't
this.
go out scandalous. 'cause,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
What-
yeah.
what's the
Dubai's
country-
kind of scary.
What's
I
the
would not go to
country that
Dubai.
you have to
It
be
looks
accompanied by a
awesome.
dude?
I'm not sure, but they have a lot of
Someone
weird
fact
laws
check it,
about
I'm
that.
fact checking.
It's just like they're very gender roles. Gender roles are a huge issue, but we're not oppressed.
Yeah,
we are not,
huge.
like
but
no,
like
but
we're not oppressed now. We chilling.
no, but genuinely, it like sucks that people think that because we aren't. We are fine.
That
Wait.
sounded tragic.
No,
That's Saudi
Fine,
Arabia,
guys.
right?
Saudi. Okay, yeah, they're kind of
Saudi Arabia's just a bit of a mess
That
overall.
country.
Anyways, Wakanda came.
Okay, I'm just gonna say Saudi is controversial. That's all.
Okay.
That was so
To be
controversial.
continued. Not really.
Wasn't it just in? It was in Saudi Arabia, right, where women are just now starting to drive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, they
Sick,
didn't
bro.
drive.
Yeah,
They
they
weren't allowed to
did.
drive.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a music video of this.
Yeah, I
Saudi
know. That's the. I saw that video.
Have you
and
seen
I
the
loved
Kiki
it.
challenge, but with a camel?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is literally the funniest thing ever.
It's just a
That's
camel
so
walking.
sick.
Every time you
And they
reference
just
a
have, like,
video,
the
you have to
music.
send it to me.
Wakanda
so I can
cam.
find it.
Colin, you really want to hear about Wakanda?
Yes, you didn't tell me earlier.
I don't.
Can you just
Okay.
ask your question?
Yeah. What's your
Do
question?
any of the black Muslims girls do karate?
Why did you ask me that question? Yeah, you did ask me that question.
Do you remember? You didn't know what I was talking about, but I swear.
I know one.
Really?
Yeah. Can I say her name?
Yeah, Aya. Did she
You
do-
know her?
Yeah, I love Aya. She's so. She moved to Iowa, and I'm so sad.
Listen to this.
No, she moved to Iowa.
You're
Iowa.
wrong.
No, Idaho. She moved
Watch
to Idaho.
this.
You're wrong.
No, she literally moved to Idaho.
Okay.
Really? Oh, I love Arabs. That's so good.
I
Okay,
think I saw that this morning. No, she doesn't. Dude,
no, she moved to Idaho.
I was just we're
genuinely
Instagram.
a year ago.
Literally
Last
not
year.
This one.
talking
Aya.
about.
Yeah, she moved to Idaho.
No.
Yeah, she.
Io moved
Why is
to
that
I'm
Idaho.
telling you, dude.
Literally, I went to
I feel
school with
very left
Aya.
out.
I remember.
I
I
remember
would
she
see
went to
her
Sutter.
like praying.
Yes.
Tell
And
them
like,
who
oh
Aya
my
is.
god.
A
Okay.
is so
She
sweet.
went to my elementary school, but I guess she
What's
went.
your
She went to
Did
Sutter.
Did she go to
A
Maple?
is so sweet.
Yeah.
The name
don't
sounds
remember
familiar, but I
I
can't.
don't know
Aya
who this
Ahmed,
is.
she was the most.
Can someone show me a photo?
Yeah,
she
she
would
just had it
leave.
pulled up. Show
The
her a photo
Egyptian
of
one?
Aya. Yeah, the Egyptian one. She's
Yeah.
Egyptian.
Here.
Show me
She
the
looks
picture.
the same. So.
Do you get to talk to those girls?
I knew
again?
the name was familiar.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm
You
having
know
a
her, yeah.
sleepover with two of them like on Thursday.
Can you
Oh,
ask?
yeah, she does
Oh, I
exactly
remember
the
her. I
same.
remember her. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure a couple of them do karate. One of their dads.
then
is-
Shukri?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Shukri.
But he's
Shukri's
a
great.
dude. So.
Yeah. What do we?
But he's a Muslim guy who does wellness taekwondo. Shit.
Oh, nice. Okay.
She
Yeah,
could
they
go to
do
He goes
karate.
to
Why
this
do you
stuff, yeah.
ask? I know.
Because I once
This is a-
saw
I think that's
three
from
black
past.
Muslim kids come out of a karate center with their dad.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure they all do.
Like, me?
Why? Is this the reason why you're asking? Or are you just so
Yeah,
much?
because I saw.
You want to
that
know
one
if I
time.
know those kids?
Yeah.
Yo, do you know
You're
yourself
crazy.
random?
Yeah, I know every single black and Muslim person in the area.
I mean, is that unreasonable to say though? Like, no,
In
like hear me out.
Rancho?
Hear me
Okay,
out,
but
though.
in our community, oh yeah, a little bit. It's not unreasonable, is what I'm saying. Because
Oh, okay.
everybody, because there's like 3.
Because if you ask me if I knew all the mixed kids at Folsom, I could probably say yes.
That's
Like,
sad.
I don't.
like kinda is.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Because I did 23andMe, I realized that I'm everything. Like I'm mega mixed.
I
It
realized
was
that's
just
so
like a
true. I can name
light-skinned
every Via at our
mess.
school.
I
Yeah, see, it's like little communities.
Well, it's not so much like we all get along. I'm just saying that I know all of them, but it's not like we all hang out kind of thing.
Okay.
I just keep in mind which one are the Viets again. It's like I keep you in mind. Which one do I want to snatch later?
God.
Okay. Damn.
What? Gotta start.
I don't think I know all of. I don't have a niche.
Do your
group
parents do a
yet.
thing like if someone's like a black Muslim or just like a Muslim, they're like, "Who's their parents? I might know them." Do they do that? Because my parents do that.
We
Like
don't know that
anytime I
many
mention
black
someone that's like
Muslims.
Armenian, they're like, "What's their last name? Who's their parents? I might know them."
Oh yeah, that's so funny. I love that.
My parents or my grandparents. My parents kind of used to do this, but mostly my grandparents always ask me, "Nee, do you have any Viet friends?" I'm like, yes,
all the
but-
time.
But they're
all the time.
so whitewashed
Yeah.
that it doesn't matter if I brought them over because they wouldn't be able to speak to you.
Oh.
That's like the opposite for me.
They're
Like,
so whitewashed.
in elementary school, there'd be like one Armenian in like the whole entire school, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't like know them though." And then like in high school, it's like all the Armenians are just like super Armenian. Like you guys don't understand.
Like
There's
you're
just,
not
like, this
Armenian
type.
enough for that.
I think only like
Yeah, basically, they're like, "Why does she not speak Armenian?"
it was only like me and like 3 other
I mean,
Viets
I
that
can,
understood
but-
Viet. Like from our school, it was like me and like 3 other, and like the other out of like the 7 maybe didn't know a single Viet. I'm like, yeah,
But aren't both of their parents Viet? Wouldn't they speak it in the household?
yeah, but like, well, like for me, it's because like I grew up with like Viet immigrant parents, so like
Oh,
they
that makes
came
more
here speaking
sense,
Viet,
yeah.
so I grew up speaking Viet. But for
Okay.
them, it's like
They're like third
their
generation.
parents, yeah. So like they're technically like 3rd generation, so their parents came here as if it was me growing up and having a kid. So they grow up speaking English, knowing minimal Viet, like
Yeah.
basic like, are you hungry?
Oh.
No,
Okay,
thank you.
that's like me with Arabic. Okay, that's
Uncultured.
I think it's cool
I
how
know.
like most people here know a second language. Yeah.
What are you fluent in, Sid?
Like
Sign language?
I'm not
Sid.
fluent in anything.
You
no,
said
but,
you're
like, I
fluent
can
in sign
speak.
language. I think it's very
I
funny.
think that was a joke.
It was
No,
not.
no,
You took
no,
it
no.
so
Wait,
serious.
was
No,
she
we
talking
did
about
it.
her? Were you talking about yourself?
No, I was talking about how like
Us?
me can speak some Viet, you can speak some Armenian, Sarah can speak some
I can
Arabic.
understand.
She
a
can
lot,
speak
a little
fluent
bit.
Ubu. What
I'm
you
not,
talking
I'm
about?
not like fluent in anything other than English, but I'm conversational. In
You
a couple
barely fluent
languages.
English. Shut the fuck up.
Okay, listen.
Wow.
That's pretty rude.
Yo,
I
the
can
dude.
cuss you out in Spanish and you wouldn't even know what I was saying. So
You goofy.
Okay.
The dude Henry from Mamma Mia 2, his French was so
Harry.
Like,
Wait, was it Henry or Harry?
I think it's Harry.
I'm
I
pretty sure
don't
it's
know.
I think
Harry
it's
was the
Harry.
last one. I'm pretty sure.
There's Sam, Harry, and Bill.
I think Sam was the first one.
No,
The
Sam
one who
was the
spilled
last
Sam
one.
was the main guy, the one that cheated on her and had the fiance.
Oh,
yeah.
Bill
That
was
was
the blonde
Harry. Yeah,
sailing.
Harry, sorry.
Harry
I thought
was the
the
gay
two
boy.
dudes that looked very similar mixed up.
When did we learn
Harry
that he
and
was
Bill.
gay?
Bill was
Oh,
a
no,
blonde.
Oh
Harry
my
and,
God, Sarah, that's the second time.
Okay, no.
Bill was the blonde one. That's all I can remember.
At
You
the
guys
wedding.
talked about this last time about one of them
Smash.
being gay.
Yes.
Is that a joke or
No,
Are you
Harry.
joking at
Shut
the
the fuck
end?
up.
We
What are you
spent the
talking
entire time
about?
asking who's the gay one, who's the
Yeah,
gay
but
And
I
then
never
remember-
picked up on who was
And
the
then
gay
remember,
one.
you're like, oh, this is where it was. It's during the wedding scene.
When did he
when
say
they're
it?
about to get
So I
married in
can-
the chapel, he's like, I have something to say, blah, blah, blah. And then he, like, some dude stands up and he's like, I love him. Or, like, some
I honestly
proclamation
don't
of
remember.
love.
So is it Bill?
Oh, okay.
No, Bill
it's
was
the
Harry.
cute one.
The
It's cute-
wanna be spontaneous, but he's really not, kind of like awkward one.
The one that
Yeah.
was engaged.
I love
Oh,
him.
Harry
was
was
so
the one.
awkward.
That's
I'm sorry. I have a hard
Dude,
time.
the one that
Harry
was in
was the one that was
Paris.
in the meeting
Yeah.
in
Yes,
Tokyo.
yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
You guys can't.
I
expect
love
me to know
him.
these
He's my
things.
favorite one. He's so cute.
Cause he's gay.
No.
He just-
Why
he
is
has
my
like a-
taste
he just-
only gay guys? Like it's only gay
I
guys.
love that.
It's not. It's the worst ever.
When you guys watch Shane Dawson?
Yes.
You know Morgan or whatever?
Yeah,
her dog
literally.
has
Yeah,
that,
I was
like-
gonna say. I think it's so funny because watching their vlogs makes me feel like I'm hanging out with my fruity friends.
Right.
And
Oh
it makes
my
me so
God.
happy.
I really
Because
like
they're
watching
all
videos.
exactly.
I only
like,
watch Shane.
Garrett is like all of my friends.
I've seen some of Garrett's, but I don't.
I don't watch.
Garrett's like my
Garrett's
favorite,
not
like
as
as a
edgy,
character.
though.
Rylan
Oh, yeah, me
started
too.
to. I used to watch Rylan like religiously, but now I'm just like it's like
I've never seen
his
his videos.
thumbnails throw me off. So
Yeah.
it depends on which.
Yeah,
Rylan.
Like the
Rylan's
most
trying.
recent one is like him
Rylan.
wearing Jeffree Star's clothes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know if
I
I'm
watched the
ready for
Jeffree Star videos.
Me
Like, on
too.
Jeffree's channel.
I think your mom's
mom is
calling.
calling.
Oh
Can I
wow.
record this?
Well, she's gonna ask you.
Hey yo, ma. Yeah, soon. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be coming soon. I know. Sorry, we got a little bit preoccupied. It'll be a little bit. Okay, mama. Yep. Okay, mama. All right, bye. Love you. Bye bye.
Now
You
we
sound
observe
so
a
uncomfortable.
wild Sarah
You are?
lying to her mother.
You talking
so
catchphrases.
blatant.
Sarah, okay,
I-
Sarah, you literally
You don't
say
think I
how
know
hard it is
that.
for you to lie to you, but you're like, yep, I'm at Starbucks. Yep.
Literally, you can't keep a secret unless it's from your mother.
Oh yeah, that's actually completely true. Like
Because it's
100%.
more like
could be like,
important.
Sarah,
It's
this
just
is-
like life.
you could be
If
like,
it's a
no,
secret
I-
about me, I'll keep it for sure. But
Well,
That's what I said.
duh.
This is life or death. Don't tell anyone. You'd be like, I have to tell someone.
no, actually no. I'm
You don't
working
tell
on that.
secrets. You just like mention it, and they were like,
Yeah, it's really what it is. Like, you never, like, it's not so much that you, like, oh my god, guess what Sid just told me the other day? It's more of like a, you accidentally bring it up, and then you're
it's
like,
a lot
oh
of,
shit,
it's
I
never
should have
on
said that.
purpose. Seriously.
And then, once you bring it up, it's like, you just end up saying it.
yeah, it's never on purpose, and I'm working on that. Like I don't do that as much.
Is it because no one's been telling you things?
No, people still tell me things. I just don't mention it as
is there a
much.
reason why you're staring at Sid when you said that?
No, what was I staring at her when I said what?
Am I just that cute?
What?
Oh,
She's so scared right now.
What's happening?
Sarah shits her
I'm gonna
pants.
cry. I'm quaking, dude. You're living your best life currently.
I'm just sitting here.
Talk about it. Talk about your
it.
living
Tell
your
us
best
about
life.
living your best
about
life and being
Uh,
wonderful.
This is weird because of the last podcast.
Yeah.
Just don't tell her.
Well, you moved on.
I think is that weird?
Is it?
Nee says it's not. I don't know if it
Can I-
Why
Why
are
would
you
it be
talking
weird?
about it?
You guys didn't date.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because you didn't date, I don't think it's weird.
Yeah, it's not weird.
Like, this is weird because this person did not want to talk about this. on
it's
the
no-
podcast.
Well, we're not mentioning this person, are we?
There's a new
we're
person
not.
in mind.
I don't.
There's a new person.
don't
Don't
know.
show
Like
her.
this
Something
happens
I
with fruity
was
friends
like, hey,
so
can I
Don't
talk about you on my
know.
podcast? Please.
This is
Oh,
why you can't
gosh.
share things with people, because then they're gonna get nosy, and then you start talking about them, and
I
then
did.
oh shit.
They already knew.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like.
Already knew what?
Yeah.
we talking about person one or person. We need nicknames. Okay, so
We had Anthony.
Anthony and.
Religion.
All right,
I
Joe,
hate
that's
that.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Did
Sorry,
we
know
just
her
call the
name?
bitch Violet or something? I'm sorry. You are. I am
just
so
got
sorry. I'm
it.
so sorry. You are not. Your name. You are not a bitch. I am so
Religion is
sorry.
good. Religion is good.
Religion's hilarious.
Religion. I'm so sorry. You are not
All
a
right,
bitch.
so religion only knows because of Sarah and
Of course.
Anthony. Well,
because
so it's
we're
like not
friends-
something I could have
Not
kept.
because of me.
No.
I never told her. I've never talked to her about that.
I asked religion, and she said that
Does
she
anybody
knew
have
more
You
than
like-
you and
Yeah.
Anthony.
You write
think
fan
mainly
fiction and
Anthony.
then make it into real life with all your friends.
I think Sarah
on
writes
pawns.
friends.
No, I
and pawns
don't.
and Sarah's love
That's
game.
not even true. I just know so much stuff about so many people, and it's kind of funny because I watch.
It's
things
kind of
unfold.
funny until it crumbles because you
Until
say
you
it's
crack.
It's
Cool.
only been recently, and I'm doing better.
Wait, what?
It's a big mess. I know a lot of people really well, and then they all know each other, and then it gets really messy.
That's why you just
'Cause I
gotta
hear
don't
about
have
it.
any
It's
friends.
crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
Keep that circle
It's not.
small,
It's a
yo.
messy
It's
time.
like a group therapist.
It's like
Yeah, but with all of my friends.
You could put them down on your like therapist resume.
All of my
I feel like if
friends.
Sarah was a therapist, she'd be like telling other patients.
Yeah, no, I think
exactly
I
why
really
literally
I told her
would
that.
not.
I think
Are you-
Sarah
You'd
would
be
talk
like,
to her
yo,
other
Becky at
patients.
3 o'clock?
Yeah, for
No.
real.
dog.
Okay,
No,
you
no,
know,
no.
if I ever mention anything to someone, it's
You
only
won't mention
because
them
the
by
situation
name.
is messy as hell, and I'm just like, here's how to maybe help a little bit. If you knew this, maybe it'd be easier.
I'd be like, well, you're not as
We
bad as the
found
last
out
person
things.
in here.
Okay, so
Wait,
on
talk
the
about religion.
on the
And-
I'm going to. On the last podcast, I confronted Sarah
Yeah.
about her keeping things from me.
Yeah.
And since those 2 weeks when we recorded the podcast, I have found out that she has kept multiple other things from telling that secret. That
Wait, I'm so confused.
okay. So you know how Sarah told you guys that I was involved in a love triangle that I didn't know about before I knew about it,
Yeah.
and then I found out from Sarah that she had told this other person before they told me. So this other person knew I liked them.
Look how fluffy that dog is.
That dog's so cute. Oh my god.
Who's the other person?
Okay,
you
and no,
picked?
I thought I was in a love triangle with like 2 people, right? And then
Turns
Sarah
out it was like a triangle.
Thanks for
The
exposing
instrument.
me.
and then I find out that Sarah told this other person before they told me. So it's just they knew everything and I knew nothing.
Oh,
and
really?
then I found out like
Yeah.
4 days ago that it wasn't even who I thought it was.
Yeah.
And there were more layers
Yeah.
to
Like an
it.
ogre.
I'm
I mean,
telling you,
onion.
I know too
And it was
much.
because
and
I
it's
figured
horrible.
it out on my own,
I
and
feel like
it's just
Colin
like a
mentions
point
that every
where I was.
podcast. Every time we
This
hang
is the
out.
second one.
Okay, but
What are
like
you talking
every
about?
time we hang out, I feel like Colin has to mention
Say layers.
layers, like an
There's-
ogre.
He says
There's
that at
literally
least
not
every
a day
other
goes by
conversation
that
he
he
says
doesn't
it.
mention that.
Like he
Not
always.
true.
Guys,
Colin?
no, you say
Colin,
it so
why?
often.
You always
Colin,
say
you say
that.
it so often.
You
I
say
haven't
that?
hung out with you guys in like a couple days. I did
And
not
every
say
time
We
we
hung out
anything.
yesterday.
You guys always say
Exactly.
Did we?
Did I say it
Yes,
yesterday?
you went to the mall.
Oh yeah.
Oh my fucking god, this bitch.
Goofy ass.
Did I say it yesterday?
First of all,
No.
I'm Freaky Muniz.
Okay, the
you might have
point
said it to
is,
Emma.
Frankie?
the point is that you say it very
Short-term
often.
memory loss. No, that's Frankie.
Oh my god, Nee, you're so right. It's very hot back
What were
here.
you talking about?
Yeah,
Well, we gotta wrap it up in a few minutes anyway. So.
Finish.
Thought of doing it
finish.
at
Do you want me to
night.
open the
I
back?
did.
You ever finished it?
No, it's-
Sarah
Colin.
keeps. Oh no, there was a point where I was sitting in my room and I was like, it's a good small coincidence.
Just gonna ignore that.
Oh, fuck! And then Nee called, and I was like,
What happened?
Nee!
What did I do?
No, when I was like starting to piece together everything
Oh.
in my head, and I was like, wait, the stars are aligning. This small detail, this small detail.
Okay,
Small things
but
someone
can
would
I
say
just
with
say-
no intention, but they meant it with a little underlying tone. I just fucking was like, bring that shit to the
The
surface.
thing is, when Sid was struggling so much trying to piece things together, I couldn't watch her struggle like that.
So she just
And the
told
thing
me.
is,
I'm
but
glad you
also,
told her
but
that.
also, it was like we kind of got. Well, it's not so much that we got past it, but it's kind of like it's not gonna hurt anyone if I tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I
And like
would've figured it
everyone
out
knows
anyway.
everything.
Yeah.
You didn't really figure it out.
No, I was like, hey.
You were
had
very
to figure
struggling.
it
You were
out.
like, oh wait, what? I'm just
I
gonna
was
tell
like,
you
I
what
think
Sarah
this
told
is
me.
happening. And then you would be like, can I throw someone under the bus real quick?
Can I throw someone under the bus? That person being Sarah.
So she told Anthony everything, but didn't tell you.
Yes, and then told all of you and didn't tell me. And then I found out the other things.
Because I
and
knew
none of you
she was
told me.
gonna tell you.
Okay,
Wait, you
but why
told-
did you tell her?
Wait, did you tell
Because
both Anthony and Religion?
No, I didn't tell her.
No, religion doesn't come in until like.
Religion
Oh,
is
okay.
only
We're not talking
recent.
about. Yeah.
I'm
Is it
sorry,
fair to
Fruity
say
shit's
she's
so
a-
complicated.
Yeah, I hate it.
Are you laughing at your own joke before you
I
say
hate
it?
where this is
Say
going.
it.
I
Say
hate
it,
I hate
Colin.
where this is going.
Like a rebound kind
Oh
of.
no, I don't
No,
think
it's
so.
not like a
at-
rebound.
I don't
at
think
all.
so.
No.
Yeah, I think
A rebound implies that like I'm like hook up and I'm trying
Oh,
to get it
yeah.
off my no, like it's just like it was a thing that didn't end up being a thing, and then I realized
What about a good
this
rebound?
is
That
a
hurts.
thing, and then
Why do Fruity
Yeah.
people do that so much?
Do what?
platonic y'all
It's your
value
people.
platonic relationships more than you do
It
anything.
hurts.
Sarah gets off on platonic relationships.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You get off on platonic love.
What? do you-
That's
Don't we all?
Sarah
That's just
really
my
does.
trademark. I love that though.
She gets
I'm
off
gonna
on
be
like
real with you, Chi.
platonic love.
No, it's just I think people should be more affectionate with their friends. That's not weird.
I think
That's
people.
not a bad thing.
I don't think it's a
Yeah.
bad thing, but I think Sarah
And
gets off
I
on
get
a
it,
little
but
too
like
hard.
I've said this
don't.
to Sarah once, and I'll say it again. That like you could go on a date with a fruity person, you could kiss a fruity person, you could do lots of
Genuinely?
things with a fruity person, and at the end they'd be like, "We're such good friends."
Like that's not. I realized that so much recently.
Isn't that just lesbian culture?
It's
I was
so
literally
bad.
just about to
Yeah,
say
I was
that.
watching a video. Do you watch Alexis Giselle?
Only some stuff.
Okay, well she's hella gay, and there's a bunch of there's a bunch of
How gay?
lesbians that are good friends
Pretty
on
nice, pretty
YouTube.
gay.
How
Hella
gay?
very gay,
Nice.
extra
Good
gay.
7 out of 10.
No, like 9. But
haven't seen
they
her
have the
recently.
her and all her lesbian friends were talking, and they all shared the same bed at the hotel, even though they had 2 separate beds, and they chose to choose. It was very
sweet.
funny.
That's
But they
really
had a
good.
discussion. They were like, people think that girls are like really mean to each other, and they're like, "Ooh, I'm against you because I want this boy." But then they were like, "Is that the same in lesbian culture?" And then she was like, "It's actually the opposite. We're all constantly like telling each other we're pretty, and we're only like half flirting." And it's just like, yeah.
Am I a lesbian
like-
now then?
Yeah.
No, not even. You see, everybody thinks that you're gay, but you're so straight.
I'm extremely homophobic.
You're so. We're all homophobic here, guys.
All right. I think that's
wrap it
where
up.
we end it. All right. So next week,
Clarification: we are not homophobic. We love the gay
no,
boys.
only Sarah is.
Only Sarah.
Only Sarah is.
Most of my friends are gay. I'll tell you that.
Well, okay.
Almost
Knowing that-
all of them.
Actually, I have black friends.
Yeah. I have gay friends. Okay.
All right,
Oh my God.
that's where we're gonna wrap it up. Does anyone have anything that they would like?
No,
to
you can't
finish
say
it
that
off?
every time at the end. Every time you say that, we go on for another 10
I'd
minutes.
like to say I have to go home now.
Me
So
also.
does Sarah, because apparently we're at Starbucks and you should be leaving.
Yeah,
Okay,
you guys
bye.
keep on
No, we have to have a little outro thing. If you guys have anything you want us to talk about in the next episode, leave it in the comments.
I'm sorry, but ain't no one gonna comment
Can we
shit.
say that we're
3
driving
people
away
listening
and then
to
she
this.
revs the engine?
That'd be
That's
pretty
gay.
epic.
I could add that
Can she
in
drift
post.
at the corner?
Guys,
right.
what do you want to
Ow, my hair.
I'm
You can
so
watch
sorry.
this on YouTube and SoundCloud. I
As
was
if we're gonna
Sid.
get actual comments.
I was Sarah. I don't know who she is now.
I don't know who I am.
I think I might be me later,
Okay.
What?
and that's
Chief.
call it.
Chief.
All right. What about you?
Emma.
All right. Dope. Fucking bye.
Okay.
Everyone say. Can we all say bye like a
Bye.
Liza Koshy?
Can we do the bye?
Yeah,
Okay,
do that.
one,
That.
I'm gonna
two,
shit my pants.
3.
Bye.
Ah.